Let's say that we already know that the number for marriageable black men is small. And then the number that you do see are overlooking you because you're dark skinned. I would date white guys. Are you kidding me? Because I want to get married. And we already know that white men do want to get married.
TikToks like these remind me of a tactic that I've seen in some comedy movies and even in some cartoons, to be honest. And it's a tactic that I think a lot of guys don't really notice or pay attention to, but I'm starting to see it more and more.
And that's why it's always a big difference when a black man dates interracially than when a black woman dates interracially. Because black men are the ones that are choosing. They're the ones that are picking. If a black woman is waiting to be picked because that's our role, we are not chasing men. Men are going after us. If you're waiting to be picked, and black men are not picking you, you are going to go to a community that is picking you. Let's say that we already know that the number for marriageable black men is small. And then the number that you do see are overlooking you because you're dark skinned. I would date white guys. Are you kidding me? Because I want to get married. And we already know that white men do want to get married. A lot of marriageable black men don't even want to get married. So the dynamic is very much different. Picking and being picked, two different things.
You don't have to consume a lot of social media to find women complaining about not having enough marriageable men. It's a running theme. And when I hear this kind of argument where there are basically not enough men on my level, I actually think that that is a ploy, one that I've actually seen in a movie that you might know. Let's Do It Again is a classic movie featuring a variety of stars from the 70s, but it centers around Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier. And in this movie, they have to involve themselves with a group of gangsters because, spoiler alert, their temple doesn't have enough money to save itself, so they employ some interesting tactics around a series of boxing matches by which to multiply the money and come out on top. In this movie, Sidney Poitier's character uses a tactic that we see all the time on social media to win the day, a tactic called hypnosis.
You are a tiger.
You don't have to look very long on social media to find a long line of women lamenting the difficulty they're having finding their person, the man that meets their specifications for an appropriate husband. This drumbeat of consistent, there aren't enough good men around, in my estimation, is a form of hypnosis.
Just to start out, what's the ideal age for a guy that you would be looking to marry?
If I'm 28, maybe like he's in his young to mid 30s, 30, 35, like in that range.
I'd say maybe like 26 or 27.
Okay.
So I'd say the max is like 30 or 32.
Okay. 29, 30.
What makes the movie Let's Do It Again so funny, and if you believe in hypnosis, what makes it so effective is sometimes you don't even know that you're being hypnotized.
His income should be something close to about 160,000.
Okay.
I would like to say maybe 100,000. This is so high, but I guess you'd have to be like a millionaire.
A million?
Probably like 100K and up.
If the average is like 50, maybe like 70 plus, having budgeted like a vacation fund and a savings fund.
Strength and courage. Strength and courage.
Median income for the age that I picked. I would say probably like 70K maybe.
It's actually $49,000.
Wow.
What percent of men do you think make $100,000 at 33 years old?
30-year-old, I'd say maybe 65? Between 65 and 70 for a 30-year-old?
It's actually 45.
Oh, okay.
For a 26-year-old, what do you think the median income is?
I'm pretty sure it's closer to like 60,000.
It is $38,000.
Oh, wow.
What do you think is the median income for the age that you specified, so a 33-year-old?
I would like to say around 100K, maybe 80K. I'm not exactly sure.
It
but
is a whopping $49,000. What do you think is the median income for the age that you specified at 29?
I want to say like 60K.
45K.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Does that shock you?
Yes, it does.
You will win the championship.
If you've seen the movie Let's Do It Again, you know what happened after Bootney Farnsworth got hypnotized. And if you don't, spoiler alert, he did this. And this. And this. If you believe in hypnosis, there are two ways that people can be hypnotized. Either you can convince them that they have extra powers and they overperform, like Bootney Farnsworth, or you can convince them that they don't have powers and they underperform. And I think that that second kind of hypnosis is what's happening to a lot of young men in the dating market. When you hear these TikToks of women that are demanding or at least requesting guys at a certain age to be making numbers that are in the very small percentile, for the guy who's making maybe half or a part of that, they feel inadequate. They are basically getting reinforcement that they're not doing as well as they should be doing. And so for a lot of guys in this position, they undervalue themselves. And that, in a way, is a form of hypnosis. Convincing a group of guys who are, if you're staying out of trouble and you're being smart with your money, but you're not in the top 3 or 4 percentile, you're doing well, but you're being told that you're not, which of course makes you ripe for accepting deals that are not the best ones for you.
Many of you ladies want a man who's on a certain level, but you're not even willing to serve a man, do anything for a man. It's all one way. You're not even you may be a sexual partner to one of these guys, but you will never be his wife.
Kevin Samuels did a lot of things, but one thing in my estimation he did that was so important was he helped recalibrate the dating market, especially for men that were maybe average to a little bit above average earners, that were maybe in their early 30s or their late 20s, and they were on their ascent. The world around those guys tell them that you're not making 6 figures, you're not making millions of dollars a year, then you're a failure. I don't want you. You're not on my level. And so for those guys on their ascent, the world around them is not giving them any value. And so for those guys, it's very easy for them to accept deals that are not becoming of them.
The women that these guys marry are like, they do what they serve them in. They're looking to be of use. I got him a card on his birthday and I sent it to him. Didn't she loan him $6 million or some stuff? Yeah. And some of you wouldn't, some of y'all ain't even bought your man. You've been with a man for a year and ain't bought him nothing except a funky sweater on Christmas.
The issue with the drumbeat of messaging from social media telling many young men who are average to slightly above average earners in the early part of their earning years that there are not enough men that are marriageable, or there are no men on the level of successful women, or men need to do better, is that these men going to these relationships where, let's say she wants a man that's making 100,000 but he's making 60K. And he's thinking, wow, I'm getting a bargain here. Instead of going into that situation saying, if I keep this up, I'm going to be in a certain place 5 years from now. So instead of being happy to be here, I should be making demands. In effect, many young men are having the whammy put on them.
What you looking at me like that for? You don't want to put the whammy on Farn.
I think one of the best things that a man can do, pretty much of any age, but certainly of working age, is to put a heightened value on his future self. If you're a man in the dating market and you're doing the right things to further your value in the future, you're going to be not just a catch, but especially as a passport bro, you're going to really be a catch. And you should go into your relationships accordingly and not just be happy to be there. If you have things that you want done, you should go into the relationship not requesting them, but hey, this is my deal breaker. Because the environment that you're in is conditioning you to accept less. Instead, you have to work the muscle that's going to have you not just demanding more, but demanding what you want based on not your value today, but your value in 5-10 years. Stop letting the world around you put the whammy on you and put yourself at your proper value. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.